Kilauea volcano has been a relatively peaceful spectacle on Hawaii Island, allowing tourists and scientists to get close to the geological show with minimal danger. But Hawaiian Volcano Observatory scientist Don Swanson believes Kilauea may be giving everyone the wrong impression.
It's very easy to be lulled into thinking that Kilauea is non-explosive and gentle. In reality, the evidence is that it erupts explosively about as often as does Mount St. Helens. And although the explosions may be smaller, there are a lot more people in the area, so the risk is very high. So we have to be very concerned about that. The most dangerous part of the explosions is something that is probably least known to people, and that is the fact that they can produce clouds or mixtures of hot ash and gases that travel horizontally across the ground surface at very rapid speeds, hurricane velocities. And I think that's what killed the people in 1790 and would certainly kill anybody that got in its way in the future.
Swanson presented the evidence to a crowd here at UH Hilo in January during Volcano Awareness Month on Hawaii Island. He spoke at length of the deadly eruption of 1790 when searing hot ash and gas suddenly exploded out of the volcano, killing many.
The 1790 eruption has fascinated me for a number of years, and I kind of got into it because of my interest in the footprints, and I wanted to demonstrate whether they were or were not of 1790 vintage, and things kind of grew after that. And it's part of a larger study that I'm making with others of the explosive nature of Kilauea, why it explodes and how often it has exploded in the past.
The event battered the traveling warriors and families of Keo'ua, a rival of Kamehameha I before he was king. It is likely that the blast took 80 lives simultaneously, although it is possible that several hundred died. That toll makes Kilauea the deadliest known volcano in the United States. Could such an eruption happen again? Yes, says Swanson, but the conditions have to be just right.
These kinds of events can and almost certainly will happen in the future. I think they will be triggered by a downdropping of the floor of the caldera or one of the craters in the caldera down another 500 feet or 1,500 feet, down to the water table. That will probably take place over a matter of a few days to even a few weeks, and that should provide people with warning that the volcano is getting into a state where potentially it could have explosions.
Such an explosive event would likely spread some ash around the entire island, but the greatest danger would be to the subdivisions immediately surrounding the national park.
Those kinds of surges could engulf a large part of the summit area. The surges could go out for several kilometers, so they could get any of the residential areas around the caldera.
As this map indicates, particularly at risk of deadly surge are the Volcano Golf Course subdivision, Volcano Village, or even Mauna Loa Estates. But how long would such a caldera deepening take before it would begin to trigger explosive eruptions?
If there is a big collapse of the caldera floor down to about the water table, and in particular if there are any small explosions that start as a result of that, then really people should get out of the summit area of Kilauea. The situation would be just too unstable and too unpredictable to stay.
Swanson says there's no reason to think that such a major explosive event is on the near horizon.
Fortunately, they don't happen very often in human terms. Geologically, they're quite frequent events, but in human terms, they're several generations apart at least.
Tim Bryan, Big Island Video News.